Hey guys, good morning, everyone. My name is Corey, and we're here for your coaching with Corey on your Monday morning session. So, drop me a little hello as you guys are popping on. I'm just checking on the back end to make sure everything is running where we need it to go. We are connected and off and running. Good morning, everyone. So, how's everyone doing today? How was your weekend? Let me know. What did you do? You social distancing, right? Oh, we were social distancing this weekend and did a little grocery shopping. So there's that stuff happening. Today, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the value ladder first, what it is. If you have no idea, you're going to walk away from this training with complete understanding. And we're going to understand how you can build the value ladder, why it's so important for you to do that, and kind of what we can be building this out for you, because now more than ever is a time of there's a lot of uncertainty, there's a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety. You guys, I totally get it. So I wanted to pop in here. Because of the current affairs, I have changed up what I was going to be coaching about, because it matters. Like, this matters so much. You guys know that I am a firm believer that entrepreneurs are the only group of people who can change the world, and we need it. We need you guys rocking and rolling with your businesses. Entrepreneurs aren't going to be able to impact the world if there's not revenue coming in and they're actually changing people's lives. So we're going to be focusing on that. That's all part of what your value ladder is. So give me a little hello as you're coming on. I'm just all getting in the right places here. Okay, so we're on now. I can see who's here, and cool, welcome. All right, there's lots of things going on the back end, and I might make a video for you guys so you can understand, because I want you guys feeling comfortable with going live, connecting with your audience. But I use a streaming software, so I have to bounce back and forth between Facebook and the software. Right. The reason why I like the software is I get to share my screen. I get to have my name on the screen. So I think it just looks cooler, right? So just kind of keeping it that way. All right. So we're going to ask you a question. What is a value ladder is the most important thing for you? So I made I've been kind of playing around with some things yesterday. So, I've got lots of extra time. So I thought I'd use the time that I have extra to be helping you and creating massive amounts of value for you to grow with your business. All right. So we're talking about maximizing your value ladder. And what I'm doing here is I'm creating a class, and I'm bringing it to you guys because it's so important with what it is that I'm talking about. Right? So we're maximizing your value ladder. If you don't know what a value ladder is, just hold on. I'll totally try to clear it all up. And then if you do have a value ladder, I want you to tell me in the comments below what your stages are, kind of when I get into that. So let me just switch one thing and see if this makes it bigger for you guys. Right? I have to wait because there's a little bit of a delay with Facebook and the streaming. So I want you guys to be able to read what I have on the screen. Now, seeing me is not that important right now. Okay, cool. So that's up. Now, I want you this is your value ladder. And I drew it out this way as a pyramid. Normally, I draw it out like an actual ladder with steps, but I thought it was going to be fun to do it this way because I'm going to turn it into paralleling the value ladder with your funnel. All right, so I want this to totally make sense for you. So your value ladder it's a step up, right? So imagine that someone's down here at the bottom of the pyramid, right? And they have to climb up to the top of the pyramid. They're not going to skip any steps along the way to get to the top of the pyramid, because then they might step on a rock that falls down and poof, they're down on the ground again. Your value ladder is the logical process that your audience goes through. So think about, one, who are you serving? So who is your customer base? And then two is, what is the very specific need that they have, right? Let us know what that is down in the comments, because what I want you guys to wrap your head around is always putting your customer first. Is, what do they need? And asking yourself that over and over again. What do my customers need right now? What do my customers need right now? What do they need next? At each level of your value ladder, understand that you will be creating new problems because you're putting them in a different space where they weren't at before, right? So if you take them from one step to the next, you've solved that one little problem, but now they have a new problem. So what is that? And if you don't understand that pathway, this value ladder is going to be completely disjointed. Your customer's going to be walking down a path, and then they have to turn down and go down a different way. And then they have to zigzag back over this way. They're going to get confused. They're going to get frustrated. They're going to feel stuck, right? Because they don't have their answers, right? They're just kind of cycling around. So what is the next logical step for the value ladder? Now, what I have on here, this is what I call think of an actual ladder. So the rungs on the ladder, this is what I call them. At the base, the bottom, you can have a free offer or a super low cost offer. It's like less than $10, because it's risk free to them, because they're like, hey, all right, it's free, it's totally low cost. They might be thinking, maybe this can solve my problem. You need to get them into your world, because they don't necessarily know you yet. They don't know you, they don't like you, they don't trust you, right? So you have to build that level of trust. So if you get them in at this free level here, okay, or super low cost, what is the next step for them, right? So I'm going to walk you through and give you some examples. But then the next step up is what I call that entry level offer, right? This is where they're ready to make the investment. They're ready to get to the next stage. They're tired of just dabbling around and everybody else's free stuff, and they've connected with you. So I'm a firm believer that it's connecting with an audience and building the audience piece together. And then I split the core into two. You can bundle these together and have one massive core offer. That's totally okay. Or you can split it into two, all right? So your core offer is your core thing. It's the core part of your business. The free and the entry level is just a little way to get them in the door to see if your core offer is what they want, what they need to solve their problem. And then your premium offer is very specific to, premium it's high ticket, it's high dollar, but it's high value for what they need. Now, not everybody's going to buy your premium offer. So if what you're offering is, say, a $50,000 product, not everybody's ready for that. And you can't go from free or not knowing your audience right up to a $50,000 product, because that's like trying to climb up, scale up the side of a mountain that doesn't have any steps on it, right? It doesn't have a path, and you're just going to fall into doom and gloom. So you have to guide them along the way. So you can still have a $50,000 product, but how can you break pieces of that up and get people in at lower levels, right? And what I do is I teach people how to create automation systems and create this foundation online. All right, so that is what a value ladder is. And I'm going to pop back over here and drop me any questions that you have down in the comments, right? Hey, Susan, good morning, right? I got to toggle. So it's fun. So what is the value ladder? Does that make sense to you? I want you to have full clarity on this, right? I know when I first started learning about this concept, I was like, but I offer so much. I help people with this and this and this and this and this. The thing is we have to reel it in and make it make logical sense. So sometimes for me, I had to go back to the beginning and say, okay, where was my first step? How did I get to that? How did I get to that? So that's exactly how I created the framework that I coach entrepreneurs on how to build your online business, right? All the different steps. But I couldn't just give it all to everybody because it was totally confusing. I did that in the beginning. I was like, here's everything you need. And they're like, where do I start? Right? So that's why I had to build the step-by-step framework. And now it makes total sense. So video froze. It's working for me. Is it not working for you? Let's see. I love technology. It's so much fun. Okay, video's working for me. So maybe just refresh your screen. All right. So I want to get into the next question I have. Look how fun this is, you guys. Here, do you have a value ladder? How fun is that? I love this system so much. All right, so do you have a value ladder? Have you ever thought about this concept before with being able to, okay, thinking, and this is the thought process. It's don't overcomplicate this, right? I overcomplicated so much stuff in my business, and now it's like, what was I doing? It's so much fun when you think of it this way. What does your customer need? Okay. And then you solve that problem with whatever product or service you have? And then how do you get them there? Right? Maybe they don't know about your product or your service. Maybe they don't understand your product or service. Maybe it's so just confusing to them that they don't know how to get to the next stage. How do you get them there? So start asking yourself those questions, and then start where the end goal is, like the problem that you want to solve, and go backwards. It's so much easier that way than have to try to figure out, okay, if I started here, how would I get there? How would I get there? No, start where you want them to end and then go backwards from there. Okay. So Susan, if the video's coming in and out, I'll finish and then I'll go back and watch the video. And if it's still all mumbled, I will do a recording and I'll post the recorded video up for everybody because I don't want you to miss this. But with technology, especially now, there's a lot more people online using the different systems. So it could be that, but I'll definitely check the quality of the video later and redo it if I have to. That's totally cool. All right, so let me do this again. Okay. So fun stuff. I'm going to flip this. Okay. All I did, if you look here, this is your value ladder, right? It's a pyramid. All I did was turn the pyramid over and flip this, like put the words where they need to go. So premium is at the peak, right? Premium is at the peak here. So there we go. This becomes your funnel. So for so many people, I get a question a lot. Well, I don't understand the funnel. And I get it, right? Because I didn't understand the funnel in the beginning. This is your value ladder as your funnel. So think of it this way. You're bringing people into your funnel or your bucket. How do you get them in there? That's a different conversation. We'll talk about that another time on traffic with how to get people into your funnel. But then how do you get them to click to say, yes, I want to be in your funnel? They're telling you. And usually what they do with that is they'll give you I call this subscription. So this is creating your list. So they give you their email, they get on a list, and now they're in your funnel, right? Maybe they get in there because there's something. Just to give you guys an example of my value ladder, my free is this free group because I'm bringing people into my community, but I'm offering free trainings, free updates, free tips, free tools, free resources, and all of the free stuff. Now I have to run my business, so I make money off of the people that are coming into the group. So if you're here and you're connecting with me and you're like, yes, I like what you're doing here. I'm ready for the next step. When you tell me that you're ready for the next step, I'm here for you. You already understand my training and we can move further faster together, right? So this free group is my free offer. But you can have a lot of different free offers. Like you can have an ebook, you can have a list or a checklist or, depending on what your audience needs. Okay. Entry-level offers is the next stage. So that's someone who comes into the free group and says, yeah, Corey, I'm ready to work with you. And then I guide them along the way so they can get into an entry-level offer, they can get into my core offers, or they can get into my premium offer. So now they have options depending on what stage they're at in their business. That's what works for me. Now, what might work for you is something totally different, but look at it as answering or solving one specific problem. Now, here's the thing when I talk to entrepreneurs about creating a business that is going to scale from 5 figures to 6 figures to 7 figures, right? 7 figures is the goal for my business because I'm making multiple 6 figures, but I was not making, here's the thing, go back, I forgot. I was not making multiple 6 figures by doing multiple different things. So this is what I want you guys to think about is your target audiences. Who are they and what is it that they need? Because if you're doing multiple different things, now I have multiple streams of incomes, but they all make sense together. But what I was doing before was multiple pieces that was taking up a lot of my time. It's spreading me super thin. I'd make a little money here and a little money there and a little money there, and that's cool. I was paying my bills. So technically I was profitable business, but I wasn't able to scale. I was stuck. Like I was capped out. I kept hitting my head on the top. Like I can't go any further. Okay. And it wasn't until I sat back and I said, whoa, like I'm trying to solve too many problems at once. Seriously. So now I took it down and said, what is the one problem that you solve? Like your customers have one problem. There's a lot of problems out in the world, especially now there's more. Right? There's all these problems out there. You cannot solve them all. As an entrepreneur, you probably think and feel that you want to solve them all. You have a caring heart. You want to help all these people. But here's the thing. You can't help everybody at the same time. You can, however, help a specific, right? I had to think about that, specific group of people with a specific problem. And in order for you to be able to help other people, you can partner with others who are helping specific groups of people and help them. Or if you're helping your specific group of people and your revenue is blowing it out of the bank, now you can take that money and you can give it to help other people in something that makes sense to you, something that you are near and dear to. Okay. And that's what happened to me. So it's not that I got rid of these things because I was like, this group of people, I really want to help them. And this group of people, I really want to help them too. But I grew my business here. And then I take that money or I take the extra time that I now have and I donate my time and I help those different people, different groups. But my business is here and it's making me multiple 6 figures because of what I did with my value ladder. Because instead, what I was having essentially is like a whole bunch of little hills. Okay. So you go, there's a great big pyramid on your value ladder, but I had little hills. And yeah, sure, they're all like a little profitable, but I have to go over here and then I have to go over here and then I have to change my hat and go over here. And then I have to switch my brain into a totally different format. And then I have to go over here. Whew. Just thinking about it and talking about it makes me tired. And that's not what your value ladder is. And if you're working in that space, your customers see that and they're like, well, she can only help me to here. So I need this problem solved, but Corey can only help me here. So I'm going to go over to this other person and buy from them because she's got her hands in too many pots. And that's what was happening. I was losing customers because I didn't show them that I was fully committed to them, right? So in this aspect, it was a challenge for me is I had to go all in with one group of people. And the one group of people I went to go all in for is entrepreneurs, right? So I stopped helping people who work in business, and I wanted to help people who want to change the world. Okay. So answer that is you're an entrepreneur, but if you're just an entrepreneur with a I want to work for somebody else mindset, so an employee mindset, then you're okay with the status quo, right? Employees are okay with the status quo. Those are great. We need employees. That's how the world functions. It's how America functions. But I want people who want to change it. I want people who want to shift that status quo over and help impact the world, right? So that's the group of people that I want to help. And I want you guys to pick one group of people, right? You can get into what they call your avatar, which is, do you want to help women or men, or what age group, or do they have kids? How much money do they make? You can get into specific deciding on your avatar if you want. Or you can just pick a group of people. But you have to do that because this is exactly, somebody asked me, so I asked a few people to send me in some questions about the value ladder. And someone said, well, why is the value ladder so important? And the value ladder is important because of this. If you're helping your people go from where they're currently at, which is what I call point A, to where they want to go, which is point B, and you're with them the whole way, you're guiding them along the value ladder. You've built this relationship with that person, which can totally be online. It could be in person, right? But when you have a relationship with someone, they become a raving fan because you are helping them solve their problems. You're making it easy for them. You're connecting with them. They feel that you get them. And when you're all in with your group of people and you can guide them along that path, you'll be impacting their life so much, but you'll be impacting your own bank account because your revenues will skyrocket when you make that shift to help that group of people. Because when they become raving fans, guess what? They're going to tell their friends or their colleagues who have the same problem or are struggling in the same way. And you are the one person that they found that gets them, that connects with them, that they're like, yes, like she's it, he's it. This is my person. And this is who I'm going to stick with because they're solving all the problems, right? And if you do it right, those people will come back to you and say, hey, can you help with A, B, or C? And if you can, great. Now you've got extra money for them if it makes sense with your business. But if it doesn't, this is where you have built your network of connecting with people who do things that you don't do, but you connect your customer with your resource person. So you make that connection, like you're plugging them in together. Your customer is becoming a bigger raving fan because they're like, Corey solves my problems. Corey knows the people who can solve my problems. Corey can do this, right? They're going to say the same thing about you. You know, they're going to be like, Susan is my person. I go to Susan for this and she makes me feel great about this, but I needed help with this. And you know what? She knew who to send it to me and I had a great experience. So that's where building your network comes in, that you don't have to be the person to solve all the problems, but you have to know where those people are or a resource that they can go to. So that's why I have my resource page. I don't do design. All right. You guys can see my picture. The PowerPoint I did is totally, that's me, right? Because it's basic. But if I want fluff and color and pizzazz, I hire that out. So that's what is that? That's in my resource. If you don't do design, or if you don't do copywriting, or if you don't do this, and you don't want to take the time and spend thousands of dollars trying to figure it out, I give you the resources that I use to help me with those things. So that's where it is, like you become the plug in play person. And that's what's so important about your value ladder. If I was still operating my business by working over here and over here and here and here and doing all of this stuff, they don't see me as the go-to person. They don't see me as their resource for solution. They don't see me as, hey, I'm having this trouble. Who do I call? Well, I really don't know who to call. They don't see me as that. You want your customers to start to think, I've got this problem. Who do I call? Because if they're always calling you, guess what? You are top on their brain. You're top on their mind. That means that when you launch a program, a product, or a course, or a system, or anything that can solve them, they're going to be right there. They become what I love is a raving fan. They become your consistent buyer, right? So that's why the value ladder is so important. Another question that I got is, on what stage of the value ladder should I focus on first? And I think this is a great question, and I'll show you why. My way of thinking is different than other people's thinking. So if we go up to your value ladder here, most people and most business coaches might tell you to focus on your free offer, right? Get people on your list, get people in your world. So focusing on your free offer here could be, for me, my free offer is this free group, this passive income group. So I could totally focus on getting people in the group, getting people in the group, getting people in the group, which is okay. But that's a lot of time. And it's a lot of time that I'm not actually connecting with and growing my audience. So here's what I did in the beginning. I focused on the free offers. You guys, I spent so much, oh my goodness, months, like literally months of just creating free offers, where I was creating worksheets and PDFs, and I was trying to design the covers and design the e-mock-up covers and hiring people out and writing all the copy for a free offer. I wasted months. And I see so many other entrepreneurs doing this exact same thing. And it makes me sad, because at that time I was doing it, I felt that that's what I needed to do, because that's what I was seeing other people do. So I thought that that's what I had to invest my time into that. And at that time in my life, at that time in my business, I did not have a coach telling me, you're wasting time. You're wasting precious, valuable time that you will never get back. And you're also wasting the time that you could be helping other people, right? So I wish that I had a coach tell me that at the time, but I didn't. So I'm totally committed to telling you, don't waste your time on creating free offers. If you have one already, totally cool. Use it, maximize it. But if you don't have a free offer yet, that's okay, right? It's okay. Where I would love to see you focus your time on core offer, right? If you split it into two, it's okay. If you just have one, that's okay too. But what is your core offer? Because you guys, when I shifted my own mindset, and pretty much it was because I got to the point where financially I was upside down, right? I was totally upside down in my business, because I spent months trying to create free offers, and not a lot of people were signing up for my free offers. And the few people that did, they weren't getting to the next level. They weren't buying from me at the entry level offers. So I needed the money, but I also said to myself, what if I was looking for a coach? What would I want the coach to do for me? What would I want the coach to help me? So I thought of myself as a customer for somebody else. And that's when I had this aha light bulb moment. Like, whoa, I need to focus on this, because this is exactly what I need. This is exactly what I need. And this stuff, the entry level and the free offers, they'll come. So when I made this core offer and I went all in, totally committed to it, built it out, helping other people, making an impact, seeing their changes, getting excited with them for the successes that they're having, I'm able to pull information out of that I've already created while I'm helping somebody else, and turn it into a free offer, or pull that information and then turn it into an entry level offer. that made it so easy. And it didn't take any extra time. It's just what I like to call repurposing your content. But I couldn't repurpose any content if I was still stuck down here in free zone, which is where I was for months. Like literally, I think I spent 5 months not making any sales, not having any income, just trying to get free offers created. And boy, was that a waste of time. So I don't want you guys to. So what I say is, where should you focus on? What stage on the value ladder should you focus on first? My recommendation is to focus on your core offer. So do you know what your core offer is? Do you know what you want your core offer to be, but it's not quite there yet? You need a little bit of tweak. So let us know those things down in the comments and tell me, like, what stage on your value ladder where you have the biggest impact. And what I like to say is your core offer is like the balance point of, it has massive impact for your customers. There's a lot of value. They get a lot of solutions. And on the other side of it, your core offer will likely be your biggest revenue generator, right? So that's the big shift, is just understand not everybody makes it up to that premium spot, because not everybody needs it. Not everybody can afford it. There's a lot of different factors that go into that. But your premium offer, sure, you'll make more money per transaction, but you'll make the biggest bulk of your revenue in the core offer if you do it right? So that's why I say focus on creating and maximizing and perfecting your core offer, right? So another question I got, which is a great one, is what if I don't have a premium offer? It's okay. I didn't have one either. I didn't have one until last year, right, for my premium offer, because you have to build your business on this solution that you're trying to create. So if we go back over here and we look at this, understand that your premium offer is at the peak of your value ladder. It's the tippy top, right? If we flip it this way, it's at the base part of your value ladder. So not everybody's going to make it down this far, but if you're focused on creating and perfecting your core offer, what's going to happen, and this is what happened to me, is when I was building out this core offer, I had a lot of people coming to me with the same types of problems. And it hit me, this aha moment was, this is what they're going to need next. Remember how I said in the beginning of this training, where I said, when you get them to the next level, you are actually creating new problems for them. So, which is good because they're progressing. We have to have new problems to be progressing. And just because you create a 6-figure business or a 7-figure business doesn't mean you are without problems. It actually just means that you have more problems than the others, right? So to get up to that level, because you've got payroll, you've got organization, you've got new organization stuff, you've got new automation problems, you got technology problems you didn't have before. So where I'm at in my business, I have problems that I didn't even know existed when I was just building my business out. So when I'm working with people in my core offer, in this section here, and I'm working with them, that's when the light bulb for me went off to say, this is what their next problem is going to be. So this is the next solution that they're going to need. And that's how I created out my premium offer. So if you don't have a premium offer right now, that's totally okay, right? But stay on the path and it will come to you. I totally get it. Just trust that process, right? So totally trust that process. I was talking to someone about, I always use the example of the tortoise and the hare, okay? Because the tortoise was consistent. They start the race at the same time. And the tortoise is like, chug it, consistency, right? Even though he's slow, he's just moving along. A little bit here, it's Monday, keep it going. It's Tuesday, it's Saturday. I do a little bit of work. It's Sunday, I do a little bit of work. I'm on vacation, but I do a little bit of work, right? That's the tortoise. Now the hare has what I call shiny object syndrome. He's like, I got this in the bag. I can do this without you. I don't need you, tortoise. Oh, he's going to be so slow. I can hang out here and take a nap. Oh, there's this software over here. Let me go over here. Oh, there's this person. Let me go follow them. Oh, there's this person. And then they're like ping ponging all over the place. But here's the tortoise. He's like, I know what my goal is. I know who I'm going to help. I know how I'm going to help them. I know what my value ladder is. I'm just working. Chugga, chugga, chugga. There we go. Dancing tortoise. Okay. And then guess who crosses the finish line? The tortoise. Because the hare was too busy trying to help everybody, trying to zigzag everybody, and they didn't have focus. They didn't have clarity. Here's the thing. I was the hare when I started my business because I was like, oh, I can help these people, and oh, I can help these people. And at the beginning, for me, it was I can help entrepreneurs, I can help moms, I can help single dads, I can help people who want to work out, I can help this. And it was like, who do you actually want to help? You want to help all these people? Who are you best at helping? So then I had to get clarity, and I had to switch my brain from the ping pong to the tortoise to where I'm consistent. And it's like, this is what I'm doing. This is who I'm helping. This is my value ladder. Boom, 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 right? The consistency. That's how I got my business to multiple six figures. And that's how I help other entrepreneurs create the same system. Now, having the mindset, that's one thing, right? So switching off from hare to tortoise, that's just one teeny tiny piece of the puzzle. So then what I'm doing is creating the framework for that, okay? Even if you don't have a value ladder, you can totally build this out. So any questions on the value ladder as we see? I know check the comments here. Drop me a comment if this is valuable to you. Drop me a comment. Give me a little heart. Pound that heart. I love that. All right. I'm drinking out of my Hiring from Heroes tea mug today. I can call it a coffee mug. Hiring Our Heroes is one of the groups of people when I said that I wanted to help. Now, here's the thing. Now I donate them lots and lots of money, right? And I also work with them on a couple of different things specifically to military spouse support. But that's how I can give back, okay? And that's how I want you guys to think of how you can give back also. Okay. I don't see any questions coming in. If you catch the replay, totally just drop them down below. I'll be coming back in later and answering any questions you guys have on the value ladder. But here's the thing. I'm announcing, big announcement, creating your online foundation. It's going to be a free boot camp. It's coming up in April. I know April sounds like it's so far away, but seriously, it's just next week, right? But the boot camp is going to be about middle of April. I will send out the dates later, but this is what I worked on for you guys this weekend. All right, talk about social distancing. I wasn't social distancing and Netflix and chilling the whole time. I was working on creating massive value and content for you so you can have success in your business, so you can recession-proof your business, so you can move parts of your business from in-person to online, so you can have that online infrastructure and automation. Right, you guys, it's automation. So this is a brand spanking new boot camp. I've never done this one before. I've never shared this information out for free before. Like, this is information that people have had to pay me for, but I've packaged it together into, it's going to be a 5-day boot camp. We're going to do it Monday through Friday. Again, I'll send the dates out later. So drop me some fire down below if you want to be in this next boot camp, right? Again, it's totally free, and the content is designed to get you to the next level in your business, creating your online foundation, right? This is the stuff that I wish that someone mapped it out for me, and I wish I just handed it. So I'm just going to hand it over to you, and you can build these pieces together. So you have an understanding of, okay, what's the foundation you need? Not, hey, this is a good idea. Hey, this is a really cool idea. And then you sit back and say, how the heck do I stick that stuff together? Right? That's what this boot camp is going to show you, is what you need, the foundation. Everything else is like, it's like you're building the cake, Okay, we're going to build the cake. Everything else on it is icing. Okay, so those are all the really cool ideas. That's icing. And then anything extra is bonus is like all the decorations. You can have a little palm tree, you can have candles. Okay, we could build it there. But without the foundation, without the cake, the icing and the decoration pieces just are what? It's nothing. Right? So we have to build the base first. So like you build a house. I can't just walk out to some random piece of land and poof, there's a house. No, I have to have the foundation. It has to be solid. It has to be to code. That's what we're going to build in this boot camp. So drop me some fire down below if you're excited about that, because you guys, this is rocket. Like totally. Like, I got so worked up this weekend. I worked on this Friday night, Saturday, a little bit more on Sunday. I'm like, oh my God, it's so, and my husband's like, why are you so excited? Like, what, we're stuck in the house. I'm like, God, this. And, bless my husband's soul. He does not think like an entrepreneur. He has an employee mindset. It's totally okay because he does really awesome work. He's committed to the military. He has volunteered his whole life. He's coming up on 20 years in the Air Force this year in August, like 20 years. That's amazing. Totally proud of him for that. But he just doesn't get my whole entrepreneur excitement. He's like, okay, cool. Happy for you, babe. Right? So Susan's got some praying. Okay. This boot camp is going to blow your socks off. I guarantee it. Right? If it had me doing a happy dance throughout the whole living room, this weekend is going to have you doing the same thing. Right? So that is coming up in April. So drop me a hashtag boot camp down below if you want in when I launch it, right? Because I'll make sure that when I put that post out, when I announce the dates, that I will tag you in that, right? So give me a hashtag boot camp if you want in it, because I will make sure you are there. Again, it's free, 5 days. All right. The way the boot camps work is I show up live every day, right? For an hour and a half-ish. Okay. Certain time throughout the whole week, which I'll announce on the event. And I give you the content. You get a workbook. Like, it's like going to school. Right? I love learning. So I love teaching. I love training. I love coaching. All right. This guy makes me so happy. So that's coming up in April. Right. So give me a hashtag bootcamp down below. And if you are on my messenger bot, so if you have connected with Betty, right? I've named my messenger bot. If you have connected with Betty, then, and you're in the boot camp, then you're in what I call my VIP group. Now, what that means is that you will have access to win prizes during the boot camp, but only those who have connected with Betty and have registered for the boot camp. So when all that comes out, there'll be directions on how to get signed up for both, but that's how you can be in my VIP group, and I'll be giving away prizes like gift cards and fun stuff. Okay. So that is coming up for you guys. So drop me some love down below if you're super excited about that. And one final thing is this group is growing and I'm so excited. Some of you guys have been sharing, right? So I'm going to be doing a contest. If you invite one person who joins the group, remember they have to answer the questions to get in. I don't let anybody in who doesn't answer the questions. But if you invite one person who joins the group, you'll be entered in to win a prize this week. All right, so today's Monday. If you invite at least one person, you'll get an invite. You'll get a ticket, right? You'll get an entry in to win the prize that I'll be announcing on Saturday, because I'll give you guys 5 solid days, Monday through Friday. On Saturday, then I will be drawing for the prize, and I'll let you guys know what that is. For every person, if you invite one, you get a ticket. If you invite 2, you get 2 tickets. Right? But they have to answer the questions, and they have to be, so here's my criteria. They have to be an entrepreneur. They have to want this stuff. So if you know friends or colleagues who are struggling, who don't understand the concept of the value ladder, who don't have online foundation structure, and they need this, right? Let's all band together and help each other. So that's the type of people we want in the group, because I want to be able to help them get to the next level. Right? So for every person that you invite who successfully answers the questions to get into the group, then you'll get an entry and I will be drawing for a prize. Yay! Give me some hand claps down below if you're excited about that. Right, you guys, that is wrapping up coaching with Corey. Just checking, make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. Love it. Love you guys. Work on that value ladder. If you have questions about it, drop them in the group and I'll be sure to come back and try to answer those questions for you. And get prepared for that boot camp and invite your people. So those are the 3 things. Work on your value ladder, prepare for the boot camp, and invite your folks into the group. So that's what you got for today. Love it. Be healthy, stay healthy, preventative healthcare. You guys, from my heart, much, much love. All right, I'll see you later.